Hi everyone, good evening. There will be another Exavia challenge solution. It was posted within today, Exa challenge number 961. So I will try to show my approach with using dynamic array functions in Excel. There is a given data across A, B, C, D columns, and each row has lease ID, start date, end date, and month rents values. So the case says that for each calendar month from the early start date to the latest end date, prorate the monthly rents by actual days. There is a given actual days formulation like rental value multiply overlap days, and it will be divided by days in months. And after that, we need to make sum of the total rents in a year month format. Answer expect was given on F and G columns, and as you see on the F column there is a year month format is needed. So we need to make some taking into consideration this created timeline. We will make a timeline, we will make a Gantt chart, and let's go to the Excel. And so in order to depict what's going on easily, and in order to understand it, we need to create a Gantt chart. And first of all, we must create the timeline of the Gantt chart. So our Gantt chart will start with the minimum value of the start date and end date of those B and C columns, and maximum date is those given dates is November 30, November 2025, and our timeline will start with the 1st of January 2024. So I will use sequence function. I'll create my Gantt chart horizontally, so I will write the date values on columns. So the starting the dates will be written between the maximum date and the minimum date. So I will deduct the minimum date value from the maximum date value, and my starting date is gonna be 1st January 2024, and step will be 1. So this is my dates timeline, and instead of I can create a let's variable, I will define variable a for G2, and instead of G2 now I need to write a, and after that for G2 need to write this one, K2 need to write this one. Yeah, after that for variable b, the definition for this array I can write b in lieu of b3 c22 array, I can write b. So this is my timeline, and I'll create a Gantt chart now. If the first dates, if ends first dates is greater than and equal to start dates of lease ID number 1, and if this first date is less than and equal to end dates of the first ID, give me value 1, otherwise 0. So for the first row, my aim is to create my timeline. My aim is to define the date range. So I need to apply this formula across the timeline. Because of this, I need to use by because I need to go the direction of this direction column by column, so selecting all of the column and lambda C. Instead of M2 I need to write C. So I'm able to get my value 1 for the date range of start date and end date for the first row. As you can see, my start date is 15th of January, and in here I marked 15th of January in here. So it goes up until the finish dates of the first row, lease ID number 1. So we can see, we can check it over. The end date is like December 31, 2024. It's also in here, December 31, 2024. So after that, I need to apply this formula for the rest of my list, and for this I must use the reduce function because it's an array. If I would use map, it will not work, or if I would use by row, it will not work. My initial value will be null, and my array is going to be B. I will set my reduce function on taking according to the B column. So I will use B column to create my reduce function. Lambda is going to be D and E. My variables will be D and E. My prospect table will go downwards. Because of this, I need to use VStack. It will be going vertically, and the initial value is null. So initial value is D, and instead of B3 I need to write E. So in here I'm able to get my Gantt charts. I need to drop the first value because it was null defined in the reduce, and in here there is a problem. As you see, when I click on the formula, I see that C3 is not applied in here, and instead of C3 I need to write the C3 using the B3. So according to the B3, so C3 means offset B3. I will shift B3 to the right side with one column. So this is also C3. So I shifted one column to the right side, and instead of C3 I can write this function, and for B3 I've already defined E variable for B3, and because of this I'm writing E in lieu of the B3. Now it's working good. I created my reduce function and created my Gantt charts in here. Let's check it. For the fourth one, it starts with the 1st of January 2024. For the for example, for this one it starts with the 10th of January 2024. So working good. After that, we need to write all of the dates in the format of F, because answer expected is given in the format of year and month. So I will write text function, text, selecting all of the timeline values, columns, and my format is year, month. It's not important whether it is uppercase or lowercase. Yeah, I've written this, and after that I need to create f column using already created m1 array. So if I would use unique, it will not work because it is horizontally written. So I need to take it vertically to call, and after that I can use unique value. So it's working now, same as f column. So number 1 is completed, f column is handled in that way. Just want to show it is correct, and after that I can remove this unique value now. Yeah. But anyway, I want to write it in the horizontal way to show it to you in a better way. Like for the January 2024, for the first row, my start date is 15 January 2024. So it makes, let's check it, how many days we have for the first row. It makes 17 days. For this, for the first row, we have 17 days. For the February, up until the December 31st, 2024, it's going through. And for the February, it will be 30 as well. For the March 30, June 30, up until December, it will be 30. So December 2024 also will be 30 because it fulfills all of the days of the month December for the year of 2024. So the monthly rent for those one is gonna be 1,200, which is the full value. But for January, it will be reduced value because my days on January 2024 is only 17 days. So totally our days on January is 31, and we will divide it with 31, 17 division 31, and if we make the multiplication, if we would multiply with the monthly rent value, it gives 658. So we need to get all of these results by writing a formula. Our case also says that overlap days, which is like 17, 30, 30, and it needs to be divided by the days in months, and then we need to multiply it with the written monthly rent values written for each lease IDs. So we need to create this formula. So for the first item, in order to find out the 17 days, first we need to get the values in the first row which are greater than 0, because in that way we can get the value 1, because our value 1 starting from the start dates of the first ID. And in the formula, if I want to use AND, I need to use multiply sign. If I want to use OR, I can use plus sign, but in here I need the case of ends, so I'm using multiply. And I want to check this situation for the January 2024, so I will equalize January 2024 with the timeline, with my timeline, and I'm able to get my results 0 1. So if it is greater than 0, it will give me what I want as boolean values. These are true. After I get the true values, or rather than getting the true, I will get the same thing. I can make some of them, so I can get the 17 value now. Yeah, I want to apply this across all of the months, so I will use by call because need to be applied to the all of the columns in here. Selecting all of the array, lambda, the variable is gonna be q. Instead of k26, I will use q, and I'm able to get, for the first row, I'm able to get all of the values in here, automatically. With using a dynamic array, I created all of the required actual days. These are the actual days according to the definition of the case. I delete it now, and after that I want to find out the days in months values for each date for the first row. So it is easier for the 2024 January. I will equalize it to the, we had created year and month for our all of the dates on the timeline of our Gantt charts. So I equalize it and get boolean values true and false, and after that, if it is like here, after that, if it is true, give me value 1, otherwise 0. I make sum to get the number of the days in the months. After that, I'm using by call to apply this to all of the timeline values, selecting all of the array here, k26, and lambda w k26. I'll make division, and I'm according to the formula written in the case definition, I'm now doing the division of overlap days divided by days in months. So taking it and make the division. Okay, so if I multiply this to the monthly rent value for the first item, I can get my results for each month for the lease ID number 1. The only thing is in here, as you see, I need to, this is already created Gantt charts formula, array formula, and I'm using the first row now, but I want to make this one, M3 AAG3. I need to use I need to create an array formula for this one. So I want to take it like first of all I need to use index. If I want to use the first row, I'm selecting all of the rows, and index value is 1 because I want to use the first row. Then it gives me ref, but I want to use the other other section, but it will be null because I don't need to define the column number. It gives me the first row now, and I will use this array instead of manually selected range on my created array of the Gantt charts. So this will work as well, but there is a problem because this one value 1 is also, it's also hard coded, so I need to automatically be written. So I want to use index values in this list, so like count a totally, how many lines, 20 lines, so I need to use sequence, so 1 2 3 20 we get, and after that, in order to get a dynamic solution, I'm using E3. So for the first line, I've created everything. I will apply this formula to rest of the list. I'm using reduce because this is already an array. I'll use reduce function, and my reduce initial value in my reduce function is going to be null, and array is going to be this is my reduce initial value is going to be null. Array, I will set up my reduce function according to d column, and lambda f and g, my table will go vertically, so I need to use vstack, and f instead of d3 I need to use g. So I created this one, and it's not working properly now, I see. So what's problem? First of all, I need to drop the first row, and in here, as you can see, there is E column, and I need to write E column, E cell, all of the E cells according to D column. So instead of E3, I need to write offset D3. I will shift it to the right side by 1 column, so this will work. This offsets open parenthesis D3 comma 1 equal to E3 cell, so it's working right. There is something wrong, need to be checked. So my reduce function, selecting D3, this will be initial value null, be stuck, lambda x and y, be stuck x. Instead of D3 I need to write y, E3 needs to be written according to D3. Okay, instead of this is Y. Again, this bytecode doesn't need to have a parenthesis, so it's make havoc of things, I think. Reduce. In here also I will make this E3 D3 comma comma. Yeah, this will work. And now I can write reduce function initial value lambda x y v stack this will work. Yeah, I will remove the first row. So I created my required list according to the respective months. So when check over for the January, I'm able to get answer expected value in here. You can see for the February also 6166 already created. So I will column by column I will make sum of those values on the list, and I'm able to get this one. I'll hstack, not hstack, vstack this row and this row, and after that I can transpose this table. Yeah, same as answer expected, as you can see. I will check it. When I equalize this one and already created formula. Yeah. Or there is some problems like I need to round up those values, round to 0 as answer expected, so it's all true. After that, the next test, the next work for this creation of formula is to make everything with a single formula. So I need to merge all of the created formulas togetherly. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day.